wise man once said, tough times don't last, but tough people do. That's all I'm about right there, man. Let's get it. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Yeah. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Yeah. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Yeah. Still claiming champion. Yeah. Still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Yeah. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Yeah. Still claiming champion. Yeah. Still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Still claiming champion. Still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Pound for pound, round for round, still claiming champion. Still claiming champion.
Dedication. I'm undisputed.
Impa, Kasanganay, how has the past month been since DC?
Oh man, the past month since DC has been a blessing and it's been nonstop.
Yeah, I guess a little different now that you're the 215 PFL champion.
I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Did a motorcycle ride. I love bikes. DC to Virginia, Loversville, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Virginia Beach, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, flew to Ireland, came back training again, so I'm on a full go, but I'm looking forward to next month we fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And I just tell Joanna or anybody that I talk to that I want to win the off season. The focus is not to be stagnant or sit down and be okay, you got a championship title, now you pull back. Now the focus is to continuously get better, train, and I'm very, very, very grateful that life has been moving forward in the right direction.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Actually, you mentioned the off season, and it doesn't seem like PFL fighters have very much of an off season to start with. And then, right after your championship fight, you get news very shortly after that you have this big time fight coming up. What's that like?
Oh man, I'm doing what I love. For me, it's I wanted to stay active. Also, I remember after the fight, all right, get better, get back in the gym, and man, I'm looking forward to fighting again. And then I get the call that, it was either Nemkov or Johnny Eblen. Nemkov went up in weight. They went back down in weight. Nothing against him. I think he just wanted to go to heavyweight in general. And then Johnny Eblen came up and it's okay, cool. Well, you fight 205, 185. Man, I'm here to be the best ever dude. I want to take them all out, get multiple, weight class titles and represent what God's called me to do, my team. So that was cool because it was all right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to fighting. And, I'll have 5 fights last year. 5 fights this year, 10 fights, get 3 titles in a year. Let's do something great. Let's make history. The people that I love. So, to have an off season, it's I don't think fighting. I mean, we have the season, so you have that sport aspect to it. But to me, fighting isn't a sport. Right? It's a lifestyle. It's something that you do any day of the week, any day. You should be able to fight at all times, and that's what I love about being in the PFL. I can get back to it. I get to stay consistent. I earn and I move forward. So I feel the car just kept moving, and I'm happy about that.
Were you looking forward to the break at all? Is that something that you want to take after this fight, or are you just ready to go the whole year?
Nah, I don't need a break. For me, it's I love the fights. My career is my passion. It is my hobby. It is my way to get a break. It is my way to disconnect and do what I love. I love being in the cage. I love fighting. I love putting the gloves on. I love going to battle. So for me, it's not that thing that I do. Oh, I got to get away from it. I want to keep doing it more. So taking a break, I'm fine. I'm happy. I always go to motorcycle rides. I tell people I get paid to live my life on vacation. So to look forward to a break, I wish we had more fights in this season. So.
And how do you feel kind of being part of this first fight between the combined Bellator PFL roster?
That's cool. I think it's cool because when I take a reflection time, right? I don't look and reflect on my life to be complacent or be satisfied, but I look back on my life and I'm like, man, I started training at 24. I turned 30 last week before, January 17th. I'm doing what I love with people that I love. I get to travel the world, fight, get to keep climbing the scaffolding to be the best every day, keep focusing on that. Get to tell people that unconditional love, to get to ride motorcycles, live my life. And now I get to be part of a historical moment. The first time they fight in Saudi Arabia, a place that potentially could become one of the biggest sports capitals in the world. Man, I'm earning money. My life has changed for sure. It continues to change. The people around me's lives change. And I get to be slated for the co-main event spot. How cool is that, right? And I get my second weight class title, right? Champions vs. champion title against an excellent opponent. Like what? God writes a story, and sometimes they say, "Man, the plans are meant, but the Lord orders your steps." And like sometimes, like you think you're going one direction, this is what I write, and then you're like, "Wow, like this is so much better than I could ask or imagine." It's like for me, like man, there's so many things that are involved with it, and it's at the same time, no matter what, I still get to do what I love. And when I look back on my life, I'm like, what if I listened to people who told me not to fight? I don't know where I'd be. But then I'm so grateful because now, like, I'm so supported, encouraged. And not many people get to say they became a part of making history. And I take that as an honor.
And you will be making history, like my co-host Usama said. This card is a champions versus champion card. Now you're a warrior. You always talk about your next battle. However, you do have a friend that's also on this card. That's correct,
Yes,
right? And Jason Jackson. Yeah. Talk about the relationship you two have, and you two had ever since you won that big event during Thanksgiving. How has it been knowing that both of you are now going to be stalwarts on this card moving forward?
Man, outside of Jason and at the gym, like, how cool is it that I consider like a big brother, like, brother and friend that I get to share the same card as him, right? He's done so much cool work. He's there for you, great conversations, encouraging, loving. Probably call that Jamaican joy, right? And man, he's such a cool guy, hardworking guy, and to see to go share this card with him, to see him fight guy Ray Cooper, like wow, right? He didn't care. Magomed fell out. He said, "I'm here to fight," and to share the historical moment with a guy that I've grinded with so many times, time and time again, like every single day, this guy's helped me encourage me to get better. So it's like when we get these titles, when I get this title February 24th, when I get to get at the end of the year, the one that I got last year, fighting Josh Vera, the one he got when he fought Amazon, like it's always like do credit to the guys that helped me get there. That's one thing I love about Jay. Like, he's my guy. We've been meaning to get lunch soon, and like we laugh, we talk about these moments when I had no fights and I was wondering to give me advice. Like it's a cool place to be. It's a cool place to be.
And now both of you are on this mega card, and you'll be facing Bellator's own Johnny Eblen. Now he's a standout wrestler. He was a standout wrestler at University of Missouri, and he's actually an undefeated fighter. Now you have 15-3. You've had your ups and downs in the fight game. Do you think that's actually benefiting you that you've had these ups and downs, and Johnny hasn't? He's undefeated. He hasn't been, hasn't had a loss yet. You've had that loss, and you grinded coming back from a loss. You think that is a benefit that goes into your camp?
Yes, in ways, and also ways too. It's like I think that I don't know Johnny personally, but I can imagine that he's had like ups and downs in life. It depends what you draw from. So I think for me, if it's about fighting specifically, it's like a lion that has scars, right? The scars are the ones that the stories you tell that didn't kill you. And for me, it's like I draw from those lessons, those scars, and it makes you wiser, it makes you better, it makes you sharper, it makes you like more intelligent. And I believe that when I put it all together, I'm gonna claim this victory and dominate. And it doesn't take away from who Johnny is. I'm sure it'll make him a better fighter, right? You see guys who lost fights before that become better. So like, I'll take him out at 85. And we fight at 205 again. I'll take him out again. Like I don't. People get caught up in like this perfection in life. People get caught up in these different 40-0, 50-0 this, but it's like what did you fight? What did you do? You never fought me. You never done this. Like I'm not here to look too high, too low. I stay steady. But I'm grateful for all that I went through. I'm grateful for all the trials that I went through. It's given me perseverance and endurance. So I believe that's a portion of what I'll take into the fight for sure.
My last question is: now you're moving back down to middleweight. You've been fighting at light heavyweight for the past year. You think that's going to be a significance for you, or what weight do you like better?
Man, to me, a fight's a
Just
fight. A
no,
battle's a battle. It's like, why does it matter? So long as I stay healthy, I can fight at 170 again for sure. I just gotta be
really.
disciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, my weight is not much different than even when at 205. Like, my weight's not different from my 205, 85, or welterweight. It was just like where I'm at in camp and like what you do. But I've grown. Like that's the beautiful thing about like the lessons I've learned and the two losses that I had, the struggles along the way, the difference in life. Like you learn about yourself in a different way. So for me, it's like 85, 205. Like I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better because it's the next battle, and that's where I draw from these experiences.
No. And the one thing I love about you, Impa, is you're very authentic in the day and age where most fighters are trying to market themselves, they're trying to brand themselves to get that big fight, to get that big money, yet you stay humble in your own resolve, which I really, really respect, and which I really, I as a role model for all these fighters out there, you're probably the creme de la creme, top notch right now, and I gotta respect the hustle and respect how by the grace of God you got here, man. Uh, any final thoughts moving for this February 24th iconic card that you'll be co-headlining?
Yeah, I'm first of all, thank you for having me on. I appreciate you. Like, it
Always,
means
man.
but I love the conversations over Instagram about motorcycles and life and like you
Yeah.
get me excited. So we want to do a motorcycle interview one day. But
Oh yeah.
man, like when I think about this card, like it's like I'm very grateful. So like thank you to PFL. Much respect to Johnny. Obviously, it takes two to tango, they say. So like you get this fight. I just all the people that believed in me, man, like to get here, start training at 24, like I said. And every moment of my career that's been public, that's private, whatever, like somebody's always involved to help me get to where I am. And now the fact that I'm on this world stage, internationally known, like all that, I just like take a message this time to say encourage fighters. Like you might be in a place where you have no fights, no home, nothing. You're in a weird lost place. And then one day you're co-head, you're the co-main event, you're the main event on the card, you're a world champion. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope because like I always believed I'd be champion. Even during all those different times, I was like, yeah, no card this. They said that last fight, I know I won. Oh, not that for the whole one. Oh, okay, you don't have this, money, this. Like, but one day it will change. When you make that choice to do it, like you'll be there, like, yeah, co-main event on this card, main event be the premier fight, I'm gonna dominate, claim this victory. It's gonna add to the stories like what you're going through can all serve for a better purpose. And I always like leave you with this verse in James 1:2-4. Be joyful when you face trials of many kinds because it builds perseverance and endurance. So like when you go through those times that you're going through, just realize it's building something you won't understand then why, but later on in your life you will, and you'll look back and be like, dang. And when you get those iconic moments, when you get those moments that they say like, oh, MMA history, world history, and you're part of it, do not forget where you came from. Don't forget the God of small beginnings. Because you say, oh, you're humble, this, like, I'm not a perfect person. I'd always say I'm a good guy. I don't say these, but I say like I have a great family who's raised me, I have great people in my life who keep me in check. Most importantly, I have a great God. And the reason I want to carry myself the best that I can is because, man, you're on top of the world today, but if you have too much pride, you could be at the bottom of the barrel right away. And for me, it's like I always go forward in my faith confidently. But to be a part of this, it's literally not something I ever gained on my own. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who helped me get here, and just like go forward valiantly, and always remember like those moments of like for me in the car, think I was gonna get married, relationship, and you think you all these different things, like everything you went through to get to where you are. Take those as like building blocks to say, okay, carry yourself the best that you can, because one day when all the lights and attention are on you, those moments or those little things that help you have reminders of like saying, okay, this is not something you're gonna mess with now. Don't mess with the blessing after you had the big breakthrough. And I know that the best is yet to come. Like this Johnny fight, be a sliver in time. It's been great. They'll get done, accomplished, and then right after it's back into the season, we'll get that title and keep doing great work. Like I said, I want them fight, for instance, Johnny fight, and then all the best to come. So I'm not gonna act like I'm satisfied or complacent, but I am content.
Yeah, there we go.